Hello, shoot some shale. Happy Wednesday. Unless you know what's about to occur. Welcome to Poole versus Scunthorpe on the watch long, and I'm joined as always by Mr. Dill. How are we doing this evening?
Surviving in this very hot weather. We're not built for this in any way, shape, or form.
No, we are not.
What's going to be worse though tonight, the heat or the score of this meeting in about 2 hours' time?
The score of this meeting after 2 heats.
Oh, we're giving it that long?
Yes.
Blimey. Shall we have a look for the two teams before we discuss anything else? You could start us off with the Scorpions from Scunthorpe.
So, my little shitbags from up the road, I mean my team Scunthorpe, managed tonight by Rob Godfrey. Poor Beth having to interview him. I send her my sincerest of condolences. At number 7, new into the league this year and doing really, really well, to be fair, Ryan Ingram. At number 6 is probably the oldest man here, Simon Lambert. At number 5 is Michael Palm Toft. At number 4 is Connor Mountain. Luke Harrison rides at number 3. Nathan Ablett rides at number 2. And the big marquee number 1 is Josh Pickering.
Yes.
Have you got a man to watch, and why?
I've gone for the obvious one for this. I can't look past Josh Pickering. I think Pico scores at least half of Scunny's points himself. He rides this place really well. And I think he's more than good enough as a match for Richard Lawson as well, to be honest.
Okay, I disagree with you. I've gone for Nathan Ablett.
Knew you would.
Obviously, is a former he's a former Poole rider, and I didn't want to go for Pico. It's literally
that simple.
That's
lovely.
Yes.
That's lovely. Mark Dale in the comments, Poole should hit 60 tonight. We'll come on to our predictions very shortly.
Oh, let's not.
For the Poole Pirates, managed by Neil Middleditch, because we've not gone too far north for this one. Number 7 is Cooper Russian and his Tassels. William Cairns rides at number 6 after another relatively disappointing outing at Premiership level on Monday. Zach Cook rides at number 5, Fraser Bowes at 4, Louis Kerr at 3, Carl Newman at number 2, and Richard Lawson at number 1. Have you got a pirate to watch, Palmer?
I have. And his Nathan Ablett's opposite number,
Ooh.
Kyle Newman. I think, Kyle rode very well in that meeting a red car at the start of the season, albeit not scoring many points, but he rode exceptionally well. And from what I understand, is he also rode exceptionally well here last week as well. So he not that Poole need a match winner tonight, but he could be the difference between them beating us by 20 points or by beating us by 40 points.
Is it the fact that he's got the Harbour Masters Kevlars on from last season?
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Gail Godfrey's smiling. I'm very concerned.
Yeah, it's a good call. Carl Newman, we watched back the meeting at Plymouth last night, and he was decent. He was making moves on lines that other people weren't making lines. Ooh.
Yeah, that.
Who am I going to go for? I'm going to go for Louis Kerr. Neither of us have gone for one of the obvious two. Around Wimborne Road, Louis Kerr's capable of going through the card. And I think he could well be close to doing that tonight with the middle order of Scunny, no offence, Palmer.
All offence taken.
I've got the scores closer than you have, so... but it looks a decent... hopefully it'll be a decent meeting. At least we could hope that.
Are we using our Predictions League predictions or our realistic predictions?
Well, we'll say Predictions League ones.
Because I can't remember what they are.
Do you want me to tell you what yours is?
Was it something along the lines of 57-33?
Spot on. That's exactly what your prediction is.
You see, I was being very optimistic in thinking that we might hit 30.
Do you think you're being bloody optimistic?
Reality is set in now.
Oh,
and we also just say D&D, dear Associated Rider Seth Norman's on the spanners tonight for Will Cairns.
Absolute legend of a boy.
But yeah.
You think yours was optimistic?
Realisation is set in that if we get 25, it is basically a win.
Mine's nowhere near then. I've gone for Poole to win by 6. 6. I've gone for 48-42.
I would like to know what form of legalised drug that you was prescribed by the doctor to have, and can I have some?
I don't know why I've predicted that. I don't know why I've gone so close.
You never know. We might spring a surprise.
There's no pressure on tonight.
Realistically, it ain't gonna happen.
No. Winchester has gone with 59-31, the same as he's gone in our predictions league, which is, I think, roughly where your 57-33 came from.
Yeah, it was close. I was kind of hoping Pico. This was when I realised, or before I realised, this was a knockout cup.
Yes.
So Pico could only have 5 rides.
Yeah.
The torture's setting already.
Oh God, it's difficult watching your own team, ain't it? Because you try and do this as we normally do it, but also you watch your own team. Passion and support and fandom kicks in. It's live sport, isn't it?
Please excuse my my French here. It's hard watching your team knowing that they're shit.
And
if Neil Thatcher's watching, you can take my license off me, but I'm just going to say it as it is.
And there's a big contentious thing now as well, because Pico's average has dropped by nearly 2 points. He's now averaging under 10 points, and you're about 1.5 points under the limit.
Yes. Well, I'd like to think that there'll be a couple of changes on the way. Don't know who would be the ones to go, but there's a couple of riders out there that are interested in championship racing, and
one of them a Finnish guy that looks like Harry Potter by any chance.
You leave Teruanya with bleached hair alone. We would go back down that route if we had to.
God, I hope not. And good to see Lawson okay. Had a bit of a rough one last week. We all saw the pictures on his social media of his bike after that crash with Tobias Thompson, and the bike was literally in half.
Literally, it was scary.
I thought that guy there with the shades on was Gary Havelock. He looked like Gary Havelock at first glance.
Maybe it is.
And Pico, there's a lot of pressure on Pico tonight, isn't there? He's expected to score really well. He's not on the 11.5 point average he started the season on now. It's dropped to his more realistic number. Ryan's got Stevie's Kevies on.
Get on.
Decent crowd, and these lot will absolutely be expecting an annihilation.
I'm expecting an annihilation. This is why I chose not to come here.
Lee's dressed up like the pirate. Beth's texting and looking mighty suspicious whilst texting. I wonder if that's something to do with the fact you're not supposed to have your phone out in the pits.
I don't think riders are that bothered now much, to be honest.
No, they're not. Not in the slightest. Most of them watch meeting streams in there, don't they?
Normally.
We're just waiting for the riders to come out on parade and say that, and here they come. I like how they've changed the parade this time, so they go around the old dog track.
Yeah, it's pretty cool how they've done that.
It's a little bit closer to the fans, but it makes use of the area as well, don't it? Which doesn't get used any other time, so might as well use it.
Well, this is it.
Michael Palmtoff wanted to get onto the track.
Oh, bloody hell. We can't even win the toss.
Oh, God.
Poole win the toss and take gates 1 and 3. Scunthorpe will have the choice in heat 15 when all is well and done and the tie is more than over.
Yes. I've just realised we didn't send Ablett a race day graphic for this, but to be fair, the ones we sent the other day didn't get used.
I'll be honest with you, I completely forgot we did his graphics.
Easy enough to do.
Is it bad?
Hmm.
It's very talkative in our chat.
Yes. And I think a lot of these people will be excited to see Pico. He's a great addition back into this league, isn't he? And he looks chuffed.
Yeah.
He looks thrilled. He knows what's coming.
Been realistic, the old trader.
Interestingly
I think we all know what's coming.
Yeah, you are right. Interestingly enough, most tracks send the home team out on parade first, and then the visitors, because then the home team can get in and get settled. Poole have done it opposite. The visitors have gone first. I mean, it don't make much of a difference.
I did the feel so. The airbag deflating.
Oh, God.
Marvellous.
But I know at Birmingham, when I was on the pit gate, they used to send the Brummies out first to get them back in to have that extra minute and a half, 2 minutes to prepare for the first heat. This is a Bellevue thing, ain't it? Really. Yep. Reckon Zach Cook's decided that should be a thing. Yeah,
probably.
That airbag on 3 and 4's deflated. And I don't think anybody's noticed that yet.
Call the meeting off.
It's weird that they've got different coloured air. Oh, that one looks quite... Unless they've only just turned them on to inflate and they're only... Because that one looks quite saggy as well.
It looks quite damn, doesn't it? Yeah.
Unless they're only just being turned on and that's why they do the parade the way they do it.
Possibly. Who knows?
And Carl Newman is doing Paul Stark sponsors the world of good, ain't he?
Justice for the Harbour Master.
It's quite scary.
Maybe he could be a Scunthorpe team chain.
Yes. It's quite scary how well of a fit those Kevies are on Kyle, even though they're Starkies. That fella looks a little bit like Klaus Vissing. I mean, it wouldn't be, because that sod don't turn up to meetings he's meant to racing, let alone anything else.
That, yes.
But this Poole team, you know, we thought last week that they'd go to Plymouth and lose. I think everybody expected Plymouth to win at home, and Poole managed to go there and win, so...
Well, I could tell you, from 2026... Oh, I thought that was Poole versus Scunny, but it wasn't. It's against Plymouth.
Yes.
Heat 1 last week was a 4-2 to Poole, to Plymouth.
Yes.
Poole, Plymouth, same thing. Both down south, both begin with a P.
Richard Lawson taking a little sip of the old water. He's got a very colourful helmet this year. And a very dirty helmet cover, the shell all over it.
Well, maybe that's the same helmet colour that Tobias in the back last week.
Put it into wash, man.
Maybe his good lady won't let him.
It's true. We've got 5 people watching. If you are watching, get in the comments, keep us talking. Stop Palmer from being a fit of depression.
Oh, that's already started, Bush. Don't you worry about that.
So he's giving Pico some advice.
And a slap on the ass, as you do.
Yes.
I think on the Spanish of Pico, as former Scorpion Josh Bailey, I'm sure it is.
It does look, yeah, I was thinking. I knew the face.
Let this misery begin. Why do I do this to myself?
Just for anyone, carry on.
I do apologise if there's anybody here that's watching. I'm not normally this depressed. I just don't really enjoy watching my team away.
Yeah, we did initially ask Al if he wanted to do this, didn't he? But he's gone to play football. It's a lot different
Yes.
watching your team when you ain't got to try and commentate and not sound like bias and all that. But then you're watching your own team, so you're going to have a little bit of bias towards them, and rightfully so.
Well, if you look on the British Speedway forum, the ultimate source of all speedway information, somebody was complaining last week that the Pirates TV commentators was too pirate invested, which you would be. It's your own team, innit?
And it's...
Hold on. Let me get the beers out to start the depression.
Hit number 1 is at tapes going off. Gate 1 in blue is Carl Newman. Gate 2 in yellow is Nathan Ablett. Gate 3 in red, Richard Lawson. And off the outside in white is Josh Pickering. 3 and 4 is the place to be at the moment, although it could be a really good battle between 1 and 2 as well.
Well, there's every possibility. Budweiser, if you're listening, pals, if you want to sponsor this stream, I'd be greatly appreciative of about £1 million worth of your product at this point. So the start march walks away for heat number 1. As the tapes fly up, away we go, and it's a very, very good start there for Richard Lawson there in the red helmet colour, and Kyle Newman's got there with him, but Josh Pickering goes right round the outside there of Kyle Newman, and now Pickering's got Richard Lawson in his sights, and Newman now back underneath Josh Pickering. There could have been contact there, and Pico normally likes a third place in Heat 1, so you know, a second, we're progressing. Well done, pal. But Richard Lawson's out there in front. He's doing Richard Lawson normally does, and Nathan Ablett towards the rear of the field here, and yeah. We've only got another 14 heats of this, Dan. Don't worry too much, pal, as Richard Lawson with a fine. I thought that was the last lap. Oh my God. But Richard Lawson out there in front. Standard Richard Lawson is back as he comes round to take the checkered flag for heat number 1.
No maximum for Josh Pickering this evening. Nathan Ablett was miles off. He's just not a main body rider, is he? But unfortunately, the way the Scunny team is built, that's where he's starting. He's out of position for his ability at the moment.
100%.
That was a very quick result pop-up. Heat number 1 was won by the rider in red, Richard Lawson. Second in white, Josh Pickering. And third in blue, Carl Newman. Carl Newman put more pressure on Pico than Pico put on Richard Lawson as well.
That's concerning.
Carl Newman looks up for this, don't he? He's come into the season with no real expectations, although he has done a bit in the Speedway Star that comes out tomorrow, and he said that he kind of just got left out a couple of seasons back and just accepted what was going to be, but he's never officially closed the door, and he's had the chance to go back to his home club, if you like.
Yeah.
He's from Poole Way, and he's from near Dorset.
Yeah. Richard just made the gate he needed to. Nathan looked competitive for a bend, and then that was all she wrote, really.
And Newman doing what he needed to do, beat his opposite number in that heat, and put pressure on Pico as well. So now Simon Lambert should be winning this heat based on experience. He's the oldest in this by about 20 years.
So he definitely won't.
Ingram's new helmet looks bob on to match his bike covers.
That it does.
And I'll be interested to see how Cooper gets on as well. We wait and see. But here's probably a good time, speaking of Cooper, to say that there may be a watch along tomorrow with Ipswich versus Kings Lynn. Ipswich are streaming this year, and we're probably going to get it. It'll either be me and Dan or me and Alan, if there is one, depending on Dan's availability. But there may be a watch along to Ipswich versus Kings Lynn tomorrow, so another chance to see Cooper. Heat 2, Gate 1 in white, Simon Lambert. Gate 2 in red, William Cairns. Gate 3 in yellow, Ryan Ingram. Gate 4 in blue, Cooper Russian and his tassels.
I've written the 5-1 in already.
Interesting to see how Ingram goes. I don't know if he's ever raced at Poole before. I wouldn't have assumed he has.
No, he was saying to me in the winter the only tracks he hasn't been to at the minute is Berwick and Poole.
bit of a difference between the two, ain't there? Matt Ford here having a good watch. Having a chinwag with Danny.
Yeah.
The Poole merchandise this year is very nice. It's got to be
It's
said.
quite nice. I like Batsford's shirt. I want one.
Just swap the Poole Pirates logo out for a Scunny one.
Oh, Matt had a little Hawaiian shirt on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's got a bit of a tan as well, hasn't he? It must be nice over in France.
Heat number 2, then away we go. It's a beautiful start there from Simon Lambert in the white helmet colour. But coming round the outside there, Cooper rushing like a knife through hot butter. And it's another Pirates 4-2, as I would want to say we expected. But I expected Cairnsey to get that second place, and there's still plenty of time. Ryan Ingram's never ridden this place. And you can sort of... You don't expect Ryan to score many away from home, to be honest. But this looks all but settled now as it is, and Cooper rushing, everybody says he's some talent. Will Cairns is popping wheelies because he's celebrating getting beat by Simon Lambert. But yeah, Cooper rushing, everybody says he's the next big thing, and it's certainly proving it at the moment. Not that he's up against much as we enter the final lap then of heat number 2. And if anything, Cairns is pulling in closer now onto Simon Lambert. Lambo just holding that right line there and saying, "You're not getting past me, pal." But Cooper, absolutely fantastic right there out in front from the young man. And a good ride from Simon to hold on to second.
Yeah, good gate from Cooper. And was he off 3 or 4 then? He was off 4, weren't
4.
he? Yeah. The outside gates of the place to be. Made the start and away he was gone. And those tassels were gliding through the wind on the south coast. It was lovely to see. They're so attractive. It's so different to see that on a team suit. Good ride. And Ingram was there or thereabouts. He wasn't a million miles off, and it's probably the result you'd have expected. It was a win for the rider in blue. Cooper Russian, second in white, Simon Lambert, and third in red, William Cairns. 4-2 to Poole, and it's now 8 points to 4 after 2 heats. Our numbers are going up slowly. We now got 8 people watching us and listening to the massacre in Dorset.
Again, thanks guys for joining us on this Wednesday night. We do appreciate your company, and obviously if you're watching, get yourselves in the comments, tell us why I'm being delusional thinking that we might get 20 points. On this note, we might get to 30.
Cooper had a little bit of a nibble there, but he was stationary when the tapes went up.
Cooper's time, I don't know what the time was for Heat 2, but I know Heat 1 was 60.18. I've just been told in the group chat, Cooper's time was quicker than Richard Lawson in Heat 1.
Blimey. Louis Kerr's bike covers something, although the white on that, the whitey goldy colour has faded already. It's either a very dark white or a very, very light gold. It's supposed to be white, I think. I think they're meant to be white. I think that patch is meant to be white.
There he is.
The man, the myth, the legend. And all we'll say for this is salute.
Ha!
He's going to give you a slap in work tomorrow. I won't be in work tomorrow. What am I on about?
He won't be in work tomorrow.
It's a long drive back from Poole, ain't it? Heat number 3, gate 1 in blue, Fraser Bowes. Gate 2 in white, Luke Harrison. Gate 3 in red, Louis Kerr. Gate 4 in yellow, Connor Mountain. My man to watch is in this one. For Poole. Be interested to see how Luke gets on. Luke, for the last couple of years, has always been a rider that's been solid at home but struggled away. He was okay at Redcar without being anything sort of spectacular. So this will be a test for Luke.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, I do tend to think Luke would have benefited with a year elsewhere, but Rob wanted him for 3 years and Luke's fulfilling that agreement. So Sam Ashton walks away for heat number 3 and away we go. It's a fairly even start there, but it's Fraser Bowes that gets that first turn first, and Louis Kerr has joined him there, and the Pirates are already quite comfortably on a big 5-1 here. It's Connor Mountain there with third and Luke Harrison at the back. And Connor starting to close in on Fraser. Fraser taking that second turn quite uglyish there, and Fraser takes a tumble, and I'm pretty sure he goes on his own there, and he's back up and on his bike, which is always pleasing to see. And we're going to get to 7 points here. This is absolutely fantastic, as Lewis Kerr now comes around turns 3 and 4 for the penultimate time, and yeah, all three of these out in front of Race for Scunny in the past, which is always nice to see. Former Scorpions doing well, and yeah, it tapes to flag win for Lewis Kerr by some distance over Connor there.
Good ride from Louis. That Fraser, I think he rode does go on his own, cleared the track. If he didn't fall though, that would have been a guaranteed 5-1, I think. And we talk about potential changes coming at Scunny. Connor Mountain should be concerned for his spot, because he was disappointing in the home meet, and he was even more disappointing at Redcar, and he's in for the hat-trick here because he's not started particularly well. That second flatters him a little bit because he was way off of Fraser Bowes before he fell.
I don't think Connor was bad at home. I think he got 4 second places.
I think he got 6, maybe 8. I can't remember.
No, I can't remember. I just remember he had a big crash.
Yeah. Heat number 3 was won by the rider in red, Louis Kerr. Second in yellow, Connor Mountain. The third in white, Luke Harrison. Points divided 3 apiece. Progressive score 11 points to 7 in Poole's favour.
Heat number 4, by the way, will be the easiest 5-1 Poole will ever have. I'm just saying.
And I think the rider in white in this one is potentially somebody that could be in danger. I don't know why he missed the red car meeting. Was it the red car meeting he missed? Oh, he became pulled out after 1 ride, was it, or 2 rides? I don't know. He didn't do 13, did he?
I don't think Tofty's done either for 8-13s that we've had this year.
He was excluded in the home one.
The home meeting, David Howe said there was working on stuff on his bike, and he didn't understand how much time he had left, and he got to the tapes just as the
just as he pulled in, the red lights came on, yeah. And heat number 4, gate 1 in blue, Cooper Russian. Winner of heat number 2, gate 2 in yellow, Ryan Ingram. Gate 3 in red, Zach Cook. Gate 4 in white, Michael Palmtoft. This has got Cookie's name written all over it. It's whether Cooper can go from gate 4 to gate 1 and do the same thing as he did in his earlier heat. Adrian asks what the score is. It's currently 11-7 to Poole.
Not as depressing as what it's going to be after this heat. Does that help?
You expecting 16-8 after this one
then? To be fair, I would not be surprised if it was 16-7. I love Scuddy, I really do, and like we had 2 really good years in 23-24. It's just it's demoralising to see that we've taken like 3 steps forward and then 4 steps back over the last 2 years. So start marshal then walking away for heat number 7 as the tapes fly up, and away we go. And Tofty's not made a bad start, but as we expected, Cooper and Zach are out there in front, and Tofty looks quick but not very quick. Ryan's just doing Ryan things at the back. Ryan's not a million miles off the pace, and this isn't a good watch. I don't even want to do graphics after this meeting, but yeah, it's the Pirates currently still on a 5-1 with Zach out in front. Cooper Russian's very, very solid there in second place, and I did say pre-race this would probably be the easiest 5-1 that Poole will get all year, and kind of been proved right at this point. I'm glad this isn't the league meeting, but yeah, as they come round then for the final time for heat number 4, it's a big 5-1. We got the point.
Palmtoft was nowhere near, was he? He was. You said in that first lap he was quick. He was on the pace with a reserve. And that kind of sums up Michael Palmtoft, I think.
I can't even say I like Tofty because we've had beef in the past.
It's
But
not working out, is it? The move back to Scuddy for Tofty just isn't working out.
I tolerate Tofty, but he's definitely a one track rider.
And heat number 4 was won by the rider in red, Zach Cook. Second in blue, Cooper Russian. Third in white, Mark Palmtoft. 5-1 to Poole. 16 points to 8 as the tractors come out, and this will probably be the closest racing we've had so far.
And there's only one of them in it.
Mm-hmm.
Get on, as one of our friends would say.
Ingram, there's no real expectations on him. The way this Scunny team was built was for Ingram to have no pressure, no expectation, just to try and enjoy it, learn, and any points he can chip in, he can chip in. That's the kind of the price you pay for having a rider over an 11-point average to start the season at number 1, ain't it?
Yeah, 100%. I think we was always planning to bring Ryan in this season anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Yeah, I know Ryan's not really one that's that bothered on things. He's pretty chill.
It's about learning, ain't it, for him?
But yeah, meetings like this isn't gonna do him any good.
And there's young Bethany having a chinwag in the pits.
Can she interview me?
They've got plenty to be happy about at the moment as well.
Well, there is that. I mean, you've got what, a 8-point lead?
Yes.
Only one last place, which isn't too bad.
And that was Fraser's 4, weren't it?
Yep. Yeah.
And Cairnsey's on a paid maximum from 2 rides. Could Cairnsey get a full maximum? Full
that
paid
would not
maximum?
Surprise me. That would not surprise me in the slightest.
And speaking of Cooper, sorry, not Cairnsey. Speaking of Cooper, he's having a chinwag with Bethany.
Can't fault him.
I do like these Poole suits. I think the gold on them, although when he does discolour it's going to look horrible. For the time being, it looks decent.
Yeah, it's alright. Get the jet wash on them and they'll be alright. Not that they're going to need jet washing at this point, but you know.
So say there's nobody behind them, is there?
Not really, no.
And Cooper breaking new ground, as we spoke about earlier. With the it's been a long time since tassels have been on team suits, but they look good. They do look good. It's different, and it's nice to see someone doing something different.
Yeah, 100%.
And fair play to Poole for allowing him to do it, because they could have said no.
Yeah.
Cooper looks
100%.
like he's aged about 20 years over the winter.
Maybe he has.
He looks like he's bulked up a bit. I don't know whether he's got one of those he's got an airbag thing on underneath his kevies, ain't he? He's got one of them things Robert Lambert uses. And he looked like he'd bulked up a bit.
Compulsory.
They're good, aren't they? The only issue is we had an issue at Birmingham with a couple of years back when Victor Lampard was in the team. He went down in the first bend and his airbag into his suit inflated. Now they take 5 minutes to fully deflate, and the ref put the 2 minutes on after 2 minutes, so he didn't even have time to let his airbag down. So he couldn't race, he couldn't go out, because you can't go back out until it's fully deflated and ready to clip back on. The ref knew this and still put the 2 minutes on. Because I think it may have been, I think it was the guy tonight. He was being a right dickhead. That Simon Humphrey Kennett is a dickhead. He's not a very good referee at all. I think it was this guy.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Ben on the spanners with Zach. There's a lot of work going on in Zach's pits, actually.
I wouldn't worry too much about it, Zach. You'll still get maximum.
2 minutes run for heat number 5. Looks like we're trying to do a scunny and get through this quickly. It's one of those, isn't it? Just put it out of its misery quick.
They should have just called the meeting off after heat 1 when we was 2 points down and just awarded the score.
4-2. 2 points in it to go back to scunny. Scunny win by 3.
And we'd still mess it up. We'd end up going to Golden Eats.
Yes. And Pico's back out now against Louis Kerr and Fraser Bowes. Louis Kerr looked impressive in his first one. Fraser Bowes did as well until he went in just a little bit too hot and fell. Gates, it's all off the outside at the moment. Gate 3 has got 3 and Gate 4 has got 1. And Pico's off Gate 3.
Oh, we'll probably get 5-1, dear. Bit of luck. Who knows? We might get 3-3.
In number 5,
Ablett might shoot out the gate.
Gate 1 in yellow, Nathan Ablett, who may shoot out the gate, Palmer says. Gate 2 in red, Louis Kerr. Gate 3 in white, Josh Pickering looks almighty happy in his picture on this screen. Gate 4 in blue is Fraser Bowes, who looks suspiciously like Josh Bates. He looks so much like Josh Bates, it's unbelievable. In that picture, anyway.
Yes.
This guy's got a gilet, coat and all sorts on. Anyone would think it's been freezing today. I know you're down on the south coast, but it's still been warm bloody everywhere, man.
Literally. I mean, I'm still sat in here in my t-shirt and shorts, my window wide open.
A lot of people in the crowd are in t-shirts and a lot of people in the pits are too. But you've always got the odd 1 or 2 people who feel the cold even in the warmest of days.
So, heat number 5 then takes fly up. Away we go, and a solid start once again for both the Pirates guys. Oh, is it too late to get a refund on this? As Pico now looks to come storming around the outside there, Louis Kerr. Louis Kerr shuts the door really, really well. And yeah, when you get what should have been the best number 1 in the league, this is a bit demoralising. Although
straight
Pico
through Louis.
From underneath Louis Kerr. Louis Kerr says, "You're not coming through me, pal." And he regains that second place, although Pico's not giving up just yet, as Pico's found some outside line and he's just about got round Louis Kerr now, as he got enough time to get round Fraser Bowes as they come round bends 3 and 4. We've got 1 lap then left to go. Pico's not going to give up until the checkered flag, but I think it's time to chill out a bit, Josh, mate. Just chill out as we head for the third 4-2 of the evening.
Imagine a world where Pico could gate. It'd make his life so much easier. He missed it again there. And he missed it by some distance.
But we're only 10 points down now.
Yes.
Get on.
Fraser's buzzing with that, giving the bike a tap. And some people were sceptical about Fraser. A lot was said about his exit from Workington and the manner it happened last year. But everybody also said that Midlow wouldn't stand for that, and the people at Poole wouldn't stand for it, and he seems to be fitting in really well at the minute. Heat number 5 was won by the rider in blue, Fraser Bowes, second in white, Josh Pickering, and third in red, Louis Kerr. 4 points to 2 in Poole's favour, and it's now 20 points to 10 at the 1/3 stage of the meeting. I really feel for Scunny in Heat 8, and the winning time 61.39.
Yeah.
What would you take realistically as a gap to take back home to Scunny? Ideally, not realistically, wrong word. Ideally, if you could pick a gap, a realistic ideal number.
4 to 6.
You think it needs to be less than double figures to take home?
The thing is, we're going to struggle against these guys at home anyway, because Lawson always goes well around Scunny.
Zach.
Louis Kerr, ex-Scunny rider. Zach always goes well around Scunny. Kenzie and Cooper's grown up around Scunny.
I remember 2023 when Birmingham were in the Championship and Zach guested a lot at Scunny. 4 ran against it, didn't he? Richard Lawson's broke down.
Yeah. Oh my God.
There's drama. He's parked that bike. Get on your bike, so get rooted.
James gone.
Heat number... Yeah, it's there.
James
yeah,
gone.
it's there, yeah. He's off. Good. Get your knees up, son. He ain't having much luck with these bikes at Wimborne Road this year, is he?
Can we just call the 2 minutes off now?
Straight back in.
Please.
It's a good job he's on the nearest pit bay, although you can't really leave your bike where he's left it. Oh, there it goes.
Not meant to.
No.
He could have walked it over to the pits to help his mechanic and whoever may be helping him out.
He's
Oh,
robbing.
bloody hell.
He's robbing somebody else's. Is it Louis, maybe? Zach. He's on Zach's bike. Brilliant. He's got 29 seconds. He'll be round in plenty of time.
Oh, bloody hell.
But it is always weird going on somebody's bike that's not your own, and Zach playing the captain's role there and letting Richard use his bike. Gate 1 in red, Richard Lawson. Gate 2 in white, Michael Palmtoft. Gate 3 in blue is Carl Newman. Gate 4 in yellow, Simon Lambert. Even though he's not on his own machinery, I'd expect Richard Lawson wins this race, and I expect he wins it at a canter and gives us our first heat win off one of the inside gates.
So the takes fly then for heat number 5, and you guessed it, Richard Lawson's out there first, but Simon Lambert's getting himself there into that second position, and Simon Lambert almost looks like he's got a point to prove here this afternoon, and Michael Palmtoft now looking to come on the outside there. Straight underneath Simon Lambert. Oh my God. Can we end this now? Please, thank you, Jesus Christ. I'm glad you're back from the dead, mate. As, yeah. Richard's winning this at an absolute...
Michael Palmtoft's given up.
Toft is giving up. So the big battle is for second, and there's about 2 or 3 bike lengths in it between Carl Newman and Simon Lambert, both Newcastle teammates from a few weeks ago. As we enter the final lap then. Some may say thank the Lord, as we're now going to go 14 points down, as Richard Lawson storms to his second successive heat victory.
Simon Lambert lifts his head, he's fuming there, went way too wide on turn 3 and 4, didn't he? And Newman didn't need a second invitation. Rob Godfrey was interviewed before this meeting, and he said he doesn't mind losing if everyone gives 100%. Michael Palmtoft has given up in more heats than he's finished this season. He's going to be sacked before the end of the week, I suspect.
Yeah, for a team that doesn't really make changes unless we have to.
Tofty's got to go. He doesn't give a shit, does he?
There gets to a point where you're not making changes for change's sake. You're making changes for the good of the team.
And getting the dead wood out, and that's what it is, unfortunately. Hit number 6 was won by the rider in red, Richard Lawson, on Zach Cook's machinery, in a winning time of 61.31. Second in blue, Carl Newman, and third in yellow, Simon Lambert. 25.11 is now the progressive score. Yeah, Tofty's got to be the first one out the door. For me, and I ain't a Scunny fan as a neutral, Tofty's got to be the first one out the door.
Yeah, 100%.
Si makes a really good gate.
He does.
I think he just runs too wide here, and then he decides to drift up. I think he's hit a rut and it sent him wider. Newman didn't need a second invitation. Si's getting a face full of roost, and that's all she wrote. Michael Palmtoft gives up somewhere around here, and that was him done. But it was interesting that Rob Godfrey spoke about as long as people give it full effort, and obviously one Danish rider for you guys isn't, is he?
No.
We've got a track grade. Shall we take a quick 30 seconds?
Yes. Hello, everybody. If I sound a little bit intoxicated, I am sponsored by Budweiser tonight.
Yes. We've got
yeah.
a comment that I think you'll agree with. Martin Guest has said, I have to agree about dropping Michael Skeletor Palm Toft.
It's a difficult one. We're very much a team designed to win at home. And Michael last year, when he come with
Glasgow, Edinburgh.
That's the one.
He guessed it for Glasgow, didn't he?
When Michael come with Edinburgh, he literally tore us apart. So yeah, for a team designed to win at home, this isn't. Well, we're not at home, but this isn't how you expect your team to perform.
Yeah, but then your number 5, your second highest average rider or third highest average rider, whatever he is, 1 point of a possible 6, and 1 heat finished of a possible 2.
We're 16. We haven't had a heat winner yet.
No, and that's surprising considering Pico's been out in 2 of them. Just not gating, is he, Pico? But then
no.
It begs the question: is he going to give it full beans because the rest of the team is poor? 1 or 2 changes to this team, especially now the average has dropped, and this team suddenly becomes competitive.
Yes.
And if one of those changes were to be somebody like a Drew Kemp, this team becomes very competitive. In number 7, gate 1 in white is Luke Harrison, gate 2 in red Zach Cook, gate 3 in yellow is Connor Mountain, gate 4 in blue Will Cairns. Zach Cook has won a heat, but Zach Cook's bike has won 2 heats to this point, with Richard Lawson winning on it last time out. So,
talk about rubbing salt in the roots, man.
Sorry. Zach Cook's bike has got something against Scunny, and William Cairns finds himself. Connor Mountain finds himself off the favoured gate here, but I don't think that's going to make a difference. Gate 2 hasn't had a winner yet. I think that may be about to change.
You never know. I mean, we do, but you never know.
Stranger things have happened.
You never know. Scunny might get another 3-3 before heat 15.
Will Scunny win a heat in this meeting?
The start marshal walks away for heat 7. To answer your question, looking at this, probably, but not just yet. Just stormed up the inside there of Connor Mountain there in second, and Will Cairns is putting some pressure on in third on Connor Mountain. Connor holding the inside line, and Will Cairns about to just blast around the outside. Luke Harrison, as much as I like the lad, he's quite disappointing here, and Connor and Will Cairns are having a really good little ding-dong battle for second and third, with Cairns now blasting himself, trying to get around the outside there, and Luke is, well, just chilling really. He's starting to put Will under some pressure now. He's found the outside line a little bit, but Zach's about 300 million miles out in front. Zach's that far out in front, he may as well have gone to Scunny for the second leg. That's how far in front he is, and Connor's very settled there in second now, I believe. And well, he's not. Luke's definitely settled in the 4th place position, but that could have been better, but it could have been worse. But we've hit 13 points, 13 down, 7 to go.
That was as easy as you like for Zach, weren't it? As you called in the... although something's gone a bit kaput there, there's smoke and all sorts coming out of the back of that. When we come to a next track ride, we're going to have to restart Discord. It was very, very laggy in that heat.
Had a cigarette.
Yeah. Heat number 7 won by the rider in red. Zach Cook second in yellow. Connor Mountain third in blue. Will Cairns in a time of 60.8. Quickest time for a few heats at least.
Yeah, since at least heat 2.
Yeah, it's just gone a bit laggy.
Right.
I think it's Discord though,
Discord
rather than the Discord. We'll see if it
Right,
balances
well,
itself out in the next couple. If not, we'll do a very quick restart of Discord where we come to our next track grade. Connor gated and then got
Yeah,
stuck
man.
in that place we like to call no man's land.
Yeah, that he did. Yeah. Yeah. I know what I want to say, but I'm not allowed to say it.
No.
So if somebody wants to be my voice for if we ever do another Scunthorpe away watch along, hit me up. But yeah, 16 points down now. Get in. Seven points to go.
I think it may have evened itself out a touch now, the laggy issue. Touch wood. Heat number 8's at the tape. Simon Lambert comes in to replace Ryan Ingram in this one. Heat 8, Gate 1 in yellow, Simon Lambert. Gate 2 in blue is Cooper Rushen. Gate 3 in white, Nathan Ablett. Gate 4 in red, Carl Newman. I can't see past Carl Newman winning this.
I can.
Cooper maybe.
Yeah.
The Poole pairing here are on paid 10. The Scunny pairing are on paid 4, and that's paid 3, and they're all for Simon Lambert.
We were saying this about somebody the other night when we did a watch along. Can't remember who it was. It might have been Zach. And I'm going to reiterate what we said about Zach, about Nathan Ablett here. It would be the most Nathan Ablett thing to go 0-0-3-0.
Yeah. Winnie is in the comments, the legendary one, Cornetto Winnie. Evening all bit late, sorry, was out for tea. How's it been? Racing's been okay. It's not a good listen. It's not a good listen if you're a Scunny fan.
So the tapes fly up then for heat number 8. Simon Lambert's made a really good gate there, but it is Carl Newman that gets that first turn first, and it's currently a 3-all situation as it stands. But I wouldn't discount Cooper just yet.
What is Soy doing? Soy just took his own rider out.
Yeah.
Who needs top position when you've got a teammate like that?
Remember when I said earlier I love this team?
Yes.
Yeah, that's started to fade away pretty fast now.
Soy's just cleaned Ablett up. He spent the entire back straight racing Ablett. Yeah, Soy's ran him in so hard. For me, Simon Lambert goes for that.
Yeah, I'd agree to that, to be honest.
I don't know what he was doing. Cooper was nowhere near. Carl Newman was going. Just settle in and stop the rot.
If there's any teams looking for new supporters, please let me know of the application forms and I'll fill them out and get them back to you before heat number 9.
It'll be interesting to see what happens here. Ablett getting an applause around, obviously ex-Poole rider. Still fondly thought of down that way as well, I think. I
remember Danny Ford saying something last year, saying Nathan Ablett will ride for Poole again.
Yeah.
I'd like to know when that might be.
Scotty's in the dark. Friend of the channel as well. Good interview we had with Scott Mitchell during the winter. Always a pleasure to speak to him.
Yeah, and Andy was keen to do another one as well, which is always good.
Yes. So he looks like he's lost a little bit of weight, you know.
Maybe he has.
2 minutes are on. I think Sawyer's been excluded. I can see Ablett coming back out. Or has Ablett gone? I don't actually know who's gone.
Poole's Twitter's not updated anything for me.
No, I've just checked updates as well. That's not updated anything either. We'll see when they come out. Obviously, the Poole pairing are coming out. Cooper Rushen and Carl Newman. Cooper had missed the gate. Then he was at the back. I was excited to see him try and come through from the back. To be honest, I don't see him missing the gate again.
No.
There's only a minute left. Will we see a yellow or will we see a white? For my money, certainly Simon Lambert caused that stoppage, and it should be yellow excluded, but be interested to see what the ref has done.
Yes.
Both the Poole boys, yeah.
Maybe he's excluded them both and we're going to a 5-0.
That would be the most scuddy thing. Lambert's in, that's
Looks
the
like
wrong decision.
Okay. That's odd.
Yeah, Simon Lambert caused that, so I don't know why he's still in. Gate 1 in yellow, Simon Lambert. Gate 2 in blue is Cooper Russian, no rider off. Gate 3 with Nathan Ablett disqualified. Gate 4 in red is Carl Newman. If Cooper makes the gate and traps side, what would have been potentially a 3-all becomes a very easy 5-1, and that makes Scunny look even more stupid than fighting amongst themselves to try and catch a rider that was gone.
Excellent. So, start Marsh walks away for heat number 8 and takes the leg up. Away we go. Simon's made a really good start there, and he's barged Cooper right out of the way, but Cooper's just back round the outside, just like, oh my God. This is bloody comical. I give
Carl
up.
Newman's bike's smoking, I think. There's definitely a weird coloured smoke coming off that, or is it the blue groove, maybe, I don't know, but there's definitely a weird smoke coming off it.
Maybe Kyle's been in Simon's van and borrowed a cigarette for the bike. Although the battle's on. But for anybody interested, it's still a Poole 5-1.
Cooper's pulled
This
away
is. I want to say something, but we'll get demonetised.
If I speak, I'll get in trouble. Is that how it goes?
No. All I'm going to say is, in homage of our friend Winnie, not the legend Winnie, the other Winnie. I give up.
And again, fighting amongst themselves in a 3-all, and now they've been 5-1, and they're suddenly even further behind. So was it worth it? No, it wasn't.
Can we swap this meeting for a Pigeons NSCL Speedway Challenge meeting?
Carl Newman looked good out in front, and Cooper Russian still unbeaten from 3 rides. And that puts it up to a 20-point lead for Poole now. Heat number 8 was won by the rider in red, Carl Newman, with a winning time of, please give us the winning time, thank you, and all that. It'll come in a minute, I'm certain of it. Maybe. Carl Newman, 62.10, yeah, second in blue, Cooper Russian, third in yellow, Simon Lambert. 5-1 to Poole, 34 points to 14 after 8 heats. Carl Newman scored in every heat. He's got a paid win and an outright win. He's doing really well. 6 paid, 7 for somebody that's come in very last minute. And we've said this before as well. Carl Newman, for me, is probably doing a better job than Jilksy would have.
Yeah, 100%. I can't disagree with that.
So I was helping him cut the grass in the first couple of turns.
See, he's just a nice guy and everybody gives him shit.
Including Nathan Ablett, I'd imagine, after the first running of that. Cooper's a joy to watch. Even around a small track like this, he's managing to find a way to make an outside line work.
Yeah, 100%. He's the only rider that want these days that do like to go around the outside, to be fair.
Yes.
It's nice to see. Oh, is it tactical time yet?
Is it tea time yet? Most of these want to go home.
I'd expect Ryan will come in yellow here for Simon.
He may as well have left Ingram in 8, hadn't he, and taken the solitary point.
Put Ryan in every other race for me. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Sorry, put him in 15 as well.
At least this isn't a league meeting. Surely the league meeting here can't go any worse.
That will all depend on if there's any changes made to the team.
Yes, which there should be. Let's be completely honest and call a spade, there should be.
All the boys in the team are great. So it sounds harsh saying that they should be sacked, but I'd like to think there might be an announcement either tomorrow or at the meeting on Friday.
That somebody has been... No, Scunny Riders are at the tapes. Oh, here they are.
Tofty is.
Tofty's
here.
As the ref allowed extra time, is Si going to come out in this one? For any football fans...
It's got to have allowed.
Yeah, for sure. Any football fans, PSG are beating Liverpool 1-0. Because Liverpool are shizer.
Is watching Liverpool the football equivalent of watching Scunthorpe?
This year it is, yeah. The ball creeps that they've got in charge is awful.
At least we're on the same sort of page.
Yes. Mark Palmtoft's gone to the wrong gate.
Has he gone to the wrong gate? Or is they...
Si's bewildered. Si thinks he's off 3, and according to the graphic he is.
Yeah, according to my race sheet, he should be off 3.
So the Scunny boys are on the wrong gates.
Now they're being told.
Michael Palmtoft can't even go. He's going to go over to him. You're on the wrong gate, pal. You're over there. Oh, I've done all the work on this one for nothing. Should have looked at the fucking race car before you come out then, pal. Oh, Jesus Christ.
It doesn't get much more embarrassing for us, does it?
No.
Be happy, I'm going to go cry.
I don't know how to tell you this. I think another 5-1 for Poole's coming.
At this point, right, I'd be very disappointed if the rest of the races wasn't 5-1 to Poole.
Do you think Scunny are going to win any heat? Like, just get a heat winner, just get 3 points. Do you think that's going to happen in any? Matt Ford's like, yes, brilliant.
Matt Ford's like, shit, big wage bill. Takes way up then 4, heat number 9, and away we go. Yeah. First I speak.
Oh, crikey.
Oh my god, this is fucking wank.
There's no other way to say it. Mark Palmtoft's at the back again. Has Palmtoft already been told he's been sacked or something? Because he don't care.
He just doesn't...
He don't care. You can tell he doesn't give a shit. He's just toodling round.
This is...
Miles off the pace, by the way. He's about the length of a straight behind Louis Kerr, who's leading the race.
I do apologise for the lack of commentary. This is just very depressing, and I'm trying to down a can of Budweiser to help the pain. Maybe I should have bought some chocolate milk.
There is help available.
Good. I'm ringing the Samaritans first thing in the morning. But for anybody that's interested, that was an easy as you like 5-1 to Poole.
Honestly, at this rate, I know Pico's not a quitter. If I was him, I'd be saying, why am I wasting my time turning up for this? Pico's very outspoken. He's captain this year as well, ain't he? I called that wrong earlier. Pico's captain this year, and he will be telling Rob Godfrey that changes need to be made to this team. Pico's not shy about saying things as it is. He will 100% be telling Rob Godfrey what he needs. Was Louis Kerr off gate 4 then, by the way?
Yes.
The result, oh god, of heat number 9 was won by the rider in red, Louis Kerr. Second in blue, Fraser Bowes. Third in white, Simon Lambert. And round at the back is the embarrassment from Michael Palmtoft. 62.66 the winning time, 39 points to 15 on the... Oh, good lord.
Can you remember back in the day when people was tied up to wooden trees and set on fire?
Back in the torture days, Palmtoft gated like a National League rider.
Can can I go back to supporting red car, please?
Red car, Dan. Red car, Dan.
This is
almost well famous Scunny Dan will retire at the end of this season or this meeting, depending on how it goes.
To be honest, Bush, I think almost world famous Scunny Dan's retired.
I don't know how to tell you this. This is definitely going to be another 5-1, I think.
Yeah.
I can't see either of your riders beating these two. Newman's scored 7 and Lawson's unbeaten from 2.
I'm going to be positive. If we get a 5-1 every race, we hit 21 points.
Yes. My prediction of 6 points is going right out the window. Heat number...
you never know, we might have a late meeting comeback.
Heat number 10, going off gate 1 in yellow, Connor Mountain, 4 points to his name so far. Gate 2 in blue, Carl Newman, paid 7 so far. Luke Harrison, 1, paid 2 from gate 3 in white, and Richard Lawson unbeaten from 6, including a heat win on somebody else's bike. Sorry, Palmer.
No.
Do you wish Oxford had been on now so we could have watched that one?
Yes.
There's our interval subject to have a chinwag about what's going on at Oxford, what we think will happen at Oxford. So get in the comments.
Have to have an interval.
Well, these probably will. They're going to want to sell stuff.
So, Tapes Horizon 4, heat number 10, and Richard Lawson, as expected, got out there, but Connor Mountain's gated there well in second, and Kyle Newman's looks like he's battling with Luke Harrison at the back here. Luke's just trying to go really high, wide and handsome, and I thought Kyle Newman had a death mission there on our Luke, but it's currently a 4-2 as it stands, so we're going to hit 17 points in the space of a race, so we'll do it well, folks. Luke's trying the high, wide and handsome line round the outside, but Kyle Newman's just blocking him. Doing a really good ride here is Kyle, but Luke, is Luke maybe over trying a little bit? I don't know, but he's on his backside. What a silly little twat. We're still going to get 17, providing Connor doesn't get beat by Kyle Newman, which is every chance that could happen, as Richard Lawson's won this by about 500 miles. He's a million miles ahead, and the misery continues.
Carl Newman was very close to Connor Mountain coming over the line as well.
I tell you what, I'm glad I haven't gone to this.
I bet.
And I very nearly did. I'm glad I went to the hockey instead.
I would be too. Went down south, but to watch a winning team. Heat number 10, it was won by the rider in red, Richard Lawson. Second in yellow, Connor Mountain. And third in blue, Carl Newman. Luke Harrison fell. I think he got up to finish the race. 4-2 to Poole, 43.17, the progressive score, with a time of 61.32. That's quick for this time of the meeting. And that takes the outside gate up to 5 heat wins in 10 races.
So unfortunately my other prediction of 70-20 is a little bit out the window now, because the highest Poole can get is 68.
Yeah, and even with 5-1s now, you'll go to 22, yeah. Boo!
Get it!
My prediction of 6 points is well gone. Well gone!
Oh.
I don't know what possessed me. Did I mean to put 16? I don't know. 6 feels really low.
Did you mean to put 60? That might be a bit more doable.
I've got it. I definitely didn't mean to put 6. That feels way too low. We're on to number 11. Gate 1 in red is Zach Cook. Gate 2 in white, Josh Pickering, yet to win a race so far. Gate 3 in blue, William Cairns. Gate 4 in yellow, Nathan Ablett, in our opinion, harshly disqualified from Heat 8. But he did look quicker in that one before the drama struck. And he could get a point against Cairnsey, because Cairnsey's not been particularly good.
No, he hasn't. And someone's just put a posted Speedway Friends UK.
Oh, crikey.
Wow, how bad is Scunthorpe? I know most teams will get clattered at Poole, but this is ridiculous. Rob Godfrey conceding defeat before a wheel was turned probably didn't help.
Has Rob already got changes planned in motion, maybe? You know, it's a take the hit now and welcome your new riders in for probably not Friday. That's probably because you have to give so much notice to get them in as well, don't you? But certainly for next week's meeting, if there is one, or whenever the next meeting is, I'd suspect it may not be the same team that we're seeing now.
Our next meeting after Friday is a week on Saturday away at Workington.
That's plenty of time to get some changes done.
It is.
Pico versus Zach off 1 and 2. Both gates have had a win apiece here, so this could be fun.
One's had 2 wins and the other one's Pico. As the tapes rise then for heat number 11. And Pico's gone right round the outside. And it's still on in second, although he's just lifted there and scared me a little bit. Well, Nathan Ablett's managed to get himself into third. Oh my God. Pico up the inside here of Zach Cook. This is a little bit better. This is what we wanted from Pico for heat 1. Only took 10 races to get going, lad. It's all good, pal. But we're going to win 20 points here. But yeah, we're going to get an advantage if this carries on, which, to be honest, it probably won't. But, you know, let a lad have a little bit of hope, all right? As, yeah, Pickering's out in front doing what he was brought in to do with 1 lap left to go. And Pickering has, well, from a Scunthorpe perspective, is man of the match. But I think we all know who's going to be the real man of the match. Although Zach's putting... that's not Zach, that's Cairnsey putting Nathan under some pressure. Sorry, Pickering's just about won the race, but the big battle is Ablett beats Cairnsey for third. Oh my bloody Jesus Christ, Lord our Saviour, got us a heat advantage, and I'm about to go and jizz me pants.
Great ride from Pico. Didn't make the best of gates, ran it wide, got his wheel in the dirt and pulled clear. Nathan Ablett as well, brilliant ride to keep Cairnsey at the back. A little bit of daylight for Scunny in that one. It's a very rare heat advantage, but it was won by the rider in white, Josh Pickering. Second in red was Zach Cook, and third in yellow, Nathan Ablett. And just to Scunny get a 4-2, it's going to be interval time. Tapes coming down. The winning time of 60.13. Is that the quickest of the afternoon? It's got to be up there.
I don't know what Cooper's was in heat 2.
And it's 45.21 after 11 heats. Good ride from...
We're at 20!
Brilliant ride from Pico as well, to be honest. Didn't make it. Got sent out and he just stuck his wheel in that dirt straight round Zach like he was stood still in this third and fourth turn. Good cutback. Knew what Zach was going to do, knew where he wanted to be. That was all she wrote for that one. And that's what Pico can do. Rob Godfrey with a very rare, happy sight. Pico doesn't look overly impressed.
We're having a quick moment. Somebody's ringing me.
Yeah, can do, mush.
Lovely.
We're off.
Sorry about that. Somebody rung me up telling me what was happening at the shit show. I mean, at Poole.
Yes. Now's
Um,
probably a good time to say as well, if we do, we'll do a watch along tomorrow, if it's me and Al or if it's me and you, depends what's what at the moment, but there may be one, there probably will be one. It will start at 7:30 because parade is at 7:30 at Ipswich, racing starts at 7:45 as has been advertised, so we may as well not go live at 20 past, otherwise we'll be sat talking shit for 20 minutes.
we normally do that for 2.5 hours on these, Mush.
When this one we have, it's been an hard gig.
So, like I said to my friend Lily on the phone just now, if there are any Poole fans that decided not to go that are listening to us, I'd like to apologise on our team being an absolute embarrassment.
We're on team number 12. Gate 1 in red is Louis Kerr. Gate 2 in yellow, Simon Lambert. Gate 3 in blue is Cooper Russian, still unbeaten by an opponent. Final programme ride, win or paid win here. It's a 4-ride paid maximum. Gate 4 in white is Luke Harrison. How far into the first turn is it until I have a good chuckle at the fact Scunthorpe on the wrong end of a 5-1 again?
I don't think it'll even be by the time they get to the first bend.
Will's having some fun with Cairns' mechanic or Cooper's mechanic or whoever that was.
I think that was Coops' dad.
That makes sense. Cairns was having a bit of fun. Let's do this. Last few.
So, the start marshal walks away from heat number 12. The tape's flying. It's the only time of the race where Poole out on a 5. I told you wouldn't have to get to the first bend.
Yes.
I hate this sport. Simon's giving it a good go though on Cooper. That sounds wrong. Pardon, don't take that into context, please. And now Cooper's just
Gone.
Got it well ahead of side now. Ah!
That was a big handful from Coops. His arms literally came up.
All I can say. Oh, Beth just texted me. What a gal! I nearly misgendered her then. This is what watching Scunny does to you. I only have one word to say.
You sure it's not the bud? Why is that? Not drugs.
I've got another 2 cans down to my side. I've only got one thing to say. Dwah!
And that's a 4-ride paid maximum from his programme rides for Cooper Russian. What gate was Louis off then? Was it 2?
1.
1. Luke Harrison has been awful, to be honest. Unfortunately, and Ryan Ingram's got to come in for his last programme ride, last ride in Heat 14 as well, so Cooper's going to go for... What's he do? He's celebrating. I thought he was going to Dowd instead. And 3 meetings into his championship career, 2 home meetings in, and he's got his first paid maximum from his programmed outings. Heat number 12 was won by the rider in red, Louis Kerr. Second in blue was Cooper Russian, and third in yellow, Simon Lambert. 5-1 at 62.14 the winning time, and it's 50 points to 22 after 12. What a meeting for Coops. I know he's going to come up against tougher opposition, but he's not had it all from his own way tonight. He's made passes, he's rode hard, and he's done well, but Poole gated really well here.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just texting Beth an apology that we are an absolute embarrassment.
How much will this result impact the crowd on Friday?
Massively. Right, we struggle for crowds as it is, and we very nearly shut at the end of last year because our crowds were considerably crap. And then we go and serve up this.
And This feels like one of those times on Friday where Rob Godfrey will get on the mic and say, "Oh, change is coming." Michael Palmtoft's not going to get E13 here either.
Again?
Ryan Ingram's in. Talk about being thrown to the wolves. That, for me, is a sign Michael Palmtoft is on his way out.
He has to go. Has to.
Heat number 13, gate 1 in white, Josh Pickering. Gate 2 in red is Richard Lawson. Gate 3 in yellow, Ryan Ingram comes in to replace Michael Palmtoft. And off the outside in blue is Zach Cook. Ryan Ingram's not going to score in this unless of any mechanical failures or anything like that. But this is a race to learn from. Look at the calibre of riders either side of him.
Yeah.
And that's the positives, but for me, this is a signal Michael Palmtoft's gone. I wouldn't be surprised if Rob Godfrey gives him his P45 before they leave the track tonight. I don't think Michael Palmtoft will be a Scunthorpe rider by Friday.
At least Toft is quite short, so his race suit could be recycled with Ryan and he'd look the part. Oh. Oh. That's all I have to say. Oh. We might get a free here. We might not. Get laughing before bed once, sir. Takes like away we
Pico's
go.
gated.
That's a decent start there for Pico, and Ingram's not a million miles off the pace, you know, to be fair. But Pico's there out in front having a little ding-dong battle with Zach Cook. Richard Lawson's there. Them two are comfortably in second and third, although Zach's having a go underneath Pico now. And yeah, Pico, since he 11, Pico's been value for money. I wouldn't say it was worth the 15 quid that we've paid for this stream, but yeah.
Ingram's there or thereabouts. He's not a million miles off.
He's not off the pace. I'm quite impressed with young Ryan here, and yeah. Pico doing what Pico needs to do with one lap left to go. And, you know, I would love the opportunity to interview Josh Pickering on the centre green on Friday. I think he'd say some very controversial things as the come rounds turns 3 and 4 down for the final time. And it's a free. We've only got it at 25.
Ryan Ingram was not a million miles off the pace there.
You won't.
Honestly, I'd leave Ingram in 14 as well. I don't think Simon Lambert's been particularly impressive. Ingram was on pace-ish with the number 1 of Poole that's nigh on untouchable around here. I'd leave him in.
Simon's our second highest scorer, or joint second highest scorer.
Yeah, but he's just got the 1s on the end of 5 1s.
Literally.
Heat number 13 was won by the rider in white, Josh Pickering, in a winning time of 60.37. Second in blue, Zach Cook. Third in red, Richard Lawson. And Ryan Ingram at the back, but not by much. 53.25, the progressive score with 2 to go. Honestly, I'd give Ingram 14 as well, to be honest. Si's got a decent score, but getting the 1s in 5 1s isn't anything to shout home about.
No.
To be fair, considering Ingram missed the gate by that much, he had some speed to keep up with Lawson. The fact 2 minutes are straight on would suggest that Lambert's coming in here.
Tactical. So here we go.
Can't do him in an knockout cup, can you?
No, but the way this meeting's gone, I don't think anybody'd notice.
Rob Godfrey's standing there looking really depressed. He's just gone and told Michael Palmtoft he's finished. Forever.
I wouldn't be depressed about that.
Neither would half the Scunny fans, I don't think.
He wasn't very popular when we brought him back.
No, it's a weird one, ain't it? As Si comes in, I don't know why. He's not been great either. Again, it's easy to have good scores when you're the 1 in a 5-1. Like you're just beating your opposition.
You almost sound like Paul Heyman when Brock beat The Undertaker.
Hey, yes. Heat 14, it's nearly over. Gate 1 in blue,
Right.
William Cairns.
Four.
Gate 2 in white, Connor Mountain. Looked better last time out, actually. Gate 3 in red, Fraser Bowes. Gate 4 in yellow, a reserve change. I think it is anyway. Simon Lambert comes in yellow. Will Cairns, if there's anything negative to say about Poole, Will Cairns hasn't been very good.
Yeah, man. Oh. Luke looks
Depressed.
Beth just sent me a message just like, is Scunny always this miserable in the pits? I'm like, this is them being happy. Takes fly anyway for eat number 14, away we go. Connor's made a beautiful gate there, and Lambo ran the outside. This won't last long because Simon Lambert's here, but we're on a 4-2 at the minute. Connor's out there in the lead, and Will Cairns is trying to go high, wide and handsome round the outside, and Fraser Bowes just gone underneath Simon Lambert like a knife going through hot butter. And yeah, it's pleasing to see somebody that isn't Pico take a race win for Scunny, and we're going to hit 28 at this point. Lambo's gone on his bloody old.
He's stuck under the fence. He's not going to get up in time. He's stuck under the fence. Reds are on.
Let's just award it at that. There was no racing to be done. Let's just award it at that.
That's going to be rerun. Simon Lambert's an embarrassment. He wiped out his own rider earlier on. He's fell and cost his teammate while he was leading in this one. He'll probably end up getting 5-1 in the rerun. What an idiot.
Rob Godfrey, if you're somehow watching this back on your way home,
Si looks fed up, man.
I would be.
Could he be another one that's on the way out? You're not going to be able to do a 1 in, 1 out. You're going to have to do a 2 in, 2 out to get some decent riders in. I think of the two, Ablett.
4 in.
4
in, 4 out for me.
4 in, 4
Only three I would keep.
Ingram, Pico, and Connor.
Mountain.
Yeah.
Luke, again, is a good lad. I've got all the time in the world for Luke. He's probably my favourite colleague.
Apologies to any of your other colleagues at Northern Scaffold.
Yeah, you're all see you next Tuesdays. But no, as I say, I've got all the time in the world for Luke. He's a really good lad. And I think it's clear to see he needs to go
somewhere else for a season. He needs a smaller track.
Please tell me this is a replay.
It is. Yeah, Si won't be in that rerun. And this is why they should have just left Ryan in.
We should have just left Ryan in.
Should have just left Ingram in. Winnie has commented, was just going to say there, Cairns has got to be a candidate to drop or be dropped from one of his teams. Surely he has to be overdoing it or something. He's not had a very good start to the season in any of his team spots. It's got to be said.
And let's be honest, Bellevue, they like to stick with their riders. Poole, if a rider's underperforming,
Poole won't get rid of Cairnsey. Cairnsey brings too many eyes. Although Cooper's doing that this season, ain't he?
Cairnsey brought all the eyes to Poole last year, I'd agree.
Cooper this year.
Cooper's replaced Cairnsey at this point now.
Who's linked with coming in at Scunthorpe? Nobody linked as such. There are theories as to who we'd think would come in. I'd suggest Anti-Vuelas maybe somebody that would be looked at.
Anti-Vuelas is somebody that Rob Godfrey's very high on and very keen to bring in.
I could see a world where Drew Kemp maybe drops and does Championship again. He'd come in on an average under 8 points.
I wouldn't be mad about that. Can we not just can we do them changes and then replace our number 5 and I don't know, say to Dougie Poznan of the Scorpions, come and ride for your favourite Scorpions again.
Simon Lambert is disqualified as expected. The rerun. William Cairns gate 1 in blue. Connor Mountain gate 2 in white and Fraser Bowes gate 3 in red. I don't think Fraser Bowes misses the start that badly in the rerun. Connor Mountain, I'd suggest that wrapped up there, but as we know with Speedway, it usually goes in the opposite way with the rerun.
Yes, it normally does. I hate this sport. Tapes fry anyway for 8:14. Fraser's in the lead. Connor's in second. Cairns is in third. And that's basically it at the moment. We're going to hit 27.
Connor's having a go. On.
He's not off the pace, is he? He's like... But then again, Cairns is just looking like he's going to blast around the outside any other side, like Pico style.
Mm-hmm.
But to anybody that's listening to this, I can only apologise. This is... When your own team is this bad, it's very, very hard to remain upbeat. But yeah, I think I did this last year when we covered Poole.
You did,
and maybe even
it was to say, yeah. It is difficult to watch your own team. Cairns could do Connery,
Cairns is good at well, I don't know. He might do.
Good defensive ride from Connor, but yeah, it is difficult to watch your own team race, because you know the fan in you wants your team to do well, and you're trying to talk about it while watching it live as well and reacting to it, and it's a pain into arse. But Connor Mountain was screwed out of that win in the initial staging by his teammate then.
Well, Rob Godfrey, if you're listening to this, I love you. I hope your printer's got loads of ink in it, because you've got some P45s to be printing tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'd suggest maybe even more than 2 into. I think you might be right. I'd probably look at 3. 8 number 14 was won by the rider in red, Fraser Bowes, in a winning time of 63.24, slowest of the afternoon. Second in white was Connor Mountain, and third in blue William Cairns. 4-2 it's Poole, 1 to go, it's 57.27. There's definitely a 60 on the line here.
Well, we only need 3 points, Bush.
But
even if you put Pico in there and he wins it, you've got your 60.
Who goes? Pico and Mountain, I'd suggest for
Pico. It's got to be Pico and Mountain. Mountain, to be fair, right? He's the only rider in that Scunthorpe team that can hold his head up high. He's been very consistent, and he's just got a load of second places.
I'd say maybe Louis Kerr and Zach Cook for Poole. I could maybe make an argument for Carl Newman. They don't need to put their big guns out if they,
Give it Kenzie and bring Poole Scunthorpe back for one race.
Yes, Beth's got cold. The coat is out. It's Zach and Louis having a chinwag with Neil Middleditch, has probably suspected them too. I think that's the right pair. Richard Lawson doesn't need to go. He's had a couple of mechanical issues. He had a big fall last week as well. So if you don't need to use him, don't use him.
Give it Midlow. Give him one more spin out.
They're arguing about who's going to go off which gate here. 1 and 3 are probably the better of, although they've been equal. 1 and 3 has had 7 wins, and 2 and 4 as a combo has had 7 wins, so they're very, very even.
Now, on the highly, highly, highly unlikely event of Scunthorpe getting a 4-2 here, that would mean Winchester got his prediction right.
And Louis Kerr's going in red. Louis Kerr's in gate 2, so Poole have gone for 2 and 4. So
Scunny had the choice.
Poole have gone. Scunny have gone 1 and 3. Poole are off 2 and 4. Gate 4 has been the most successful gate of the evening.
Don't go and talk to Rob, Beth. Whatever you do.
Should we have a quick break? If she won't speak to him, will she? I was going to say, if she did, I wouldn't be against having a quick breather for a second, just to see what's happening and what his thoughts are.
I don't quite think Rob would be willing to do an interview at this point.
Pico must have some very strong shoulders carrying this lot. And
Yeah.
I don't include Ryan Ingram in that because obviously there should be no pressure on him. You know, he's learning.
No.
Mark Palmtoff's pissing around with his bike. He should be getting it on eBay or something.
Don't bother, Tofty.
Yeah,
don't bother pissing about with your bike. Get it in the van, get home, get it in your garage, and never bring it out again.
Connor's in yellow, Pico will be in white. So Pico will be off gate 1, I'd suspect, and Connor off gate 3.
Okay, meeting's done. Put Ryan in.
Oh, I think Ryan should have stayed in 14. I'll continue to say that.
I ain't been a Scunthorpe fan.
And Gavin Parr said when he came on and spoke to us, Scunny looked the weaker of the teams. Everyone else looked even, and he's been proven right so far.
You know, literally, you read the pre-season topics on British Speedway Forum. Everybody has said Scunthorpe is an embarrassment to the league. Now, don't get me wrong, Poole, absolutely fantastic team. A lot of teams are going to go to Poole and get tonked. This is a complete and utter, excuse my French, this is a complete and utter fucking embarrassment. And I'll be honest, and Vatcher, if you're listening, pal, if you want to strip me of my licence, go for it. Because I can't. I can't even represent Scunthorpe at a club level at this point. This is beyond shite.
We're on to number 15, gate 1 in white, Josh Pickering, gate 2 in red, Louis Kerr, gate 3 in yellow, Connor Mountain, gate 4 in blue, Zach Cook. Can Connor Mountain keep the streak of second places going? Pico's had back-to-back wins in heats 11 and 13. Louis Kerr has had 3 wins as well, and a third place thrown in there in his second race. And Zach Cook has had 2 wins, 2 seconds. So there's a lot of wins amongst these lot.
And then we've got Connor.
And Connor's had a load of second places, so he's been the most consistent of the riders here.
For the final time, he says, hopefully. Tapes has risen and Pico's got there out in front. And who's that in blue? Zach's just gone absolutely right round the outside of the lot. It's currently a 3-all, but as expected, Connor's gone to the back now. And if anything, Louis is looking like he's about to put Pico under some pressure. Pico doesn't really look like he's challenging Zach, although Pico goes round to the outside and now he looks like he's about to challenge Zach. Pico, mate, make your mind up. What are you doing? We know you're on big money. You don't need to go out and murder yourself. But yeah, it's going to be a 4-2 to the Pirates if this stands, and a 61-29 hefty defeat. And yeah, I hate Speedway at times. I really fucking do. I apologise for my language. I don't really know what more to say. Congratulations to the Pirates on the easiest win you'll ever have this season.
Yeah, that was as easy as you like. Pico was there or thereabouts. I thought he'd made the gate, but Zach just went wide round him. Not so much out there as there was in 13 for Pico to go for. Connor got bundled to the back, and yeah, 32-point win for Poole. The tie's done, the aggregates in the bag as well now, or this is the prelim round, isn't it?
Yeah, the only prelim round as well.
Yeah. We thought that Scunny may have a chance early on because it was early in the season. No. Hit 15 was won by the rider in blue, Zach Cook. Second in white, Josh Pickering. Third in red, Louis Kerr. 4-2 to finish off for Poole. Final score 61 points to 29. We'll just say a rider of the meeting. I think we'll both agree who it's going to be. Palmer, do you want to quickly run us through the individual scorers before we do that?
So for the Pirates then, Richard Lawson 10 and 1, Carl Newman 7 and a bonus, Lewis Kerr 11, Fraser Bowes 8 and a bonus, Zach Cook 13, Will Cairns 3, Cooper Russian 9 and 3 for Scunthorpe, Josh Pickering 12, Nathan Ablett 1, Luke Harrison 1 and a bonus, Connor Mountain 8, Michael Pantoft 1, Simon Lambert 6, Ryan Ingram failed to score.
I think we're both going to agree. Cooper Russian should be
Shall we
rider
say
of the
it?
meeting.
3, 2, 1, Cooper Russian.
Yeah, or 100% Cooper Russian. Paid maximum 4 rides. I know it was wasn't against a lot, but he's against some experienced riders at this level, and to get a paid maximum in your second ever home meeting as well shows the talent. And he didn't have it all from the gate either. He had to work.
Absolutely not.
And we'll give the referee a rating as well, because we said we'd do that. It certainly ain't going to be anywhere near a 9 for this one, because he got the first exclusion in Heat 8 wrong. I'd be inclined to say maybe a 5.
I was thinking 5 or 6.
Yeah, I'd say a 5 is fair. He got 1 right and 1 wrong of the 2 he had to make. So for me, yeah, it's probably about right. Should we give our friends over at 15 each? I know this feels like another kick in the nuts, but we better give our pals a plug.
Yeah, we've got all the time in the world for them guys. So yeah, again, if you like your podcast, your lesser known Speedway podcast, go give 15 Eats Later a bit of a watch, because what Lee and Beth do over there is absolutely fantastic. It is Poole related, but they're not as in your face about it as other Poole fans would be. So yeah, if you've got a minute, well, got an hour, go and listen to Lee and Beth, because they're very good. Can I stop talking positive about Poole now?
Yes.
Can I stop talking positive about Scunthorpe now?
Yes.
Marvellous.
Do you want to wrap us for this evening? Just quickly, we probably not 90% sure we'll be back tomorrow, either me and Dan or me and Al, for Ipswich versus Kings Lynn. That will be a 7:30 start, and Palmer, you've got graphics to do.
Yay!
Do you want to wrap us for this one, Bush?
So, he's been Dylan, I've been Dan, that's been an absolute fucking shit show.